They tell you to trust your gut. But what do you do when your gut is telling you that the man who fixes your sink is the same man who is destroying your soul? My duplex was a beautiful, rotting Victorian on the edge of the university district. Rick, the landlord, lived downstairs. He was the kind of guy who was too nice. He'd bring up extra firewood. He'd shovel my walk before I was even awake. He was a retired carpenter with hands like sandpaper and a smile that never quite reached his eyes. Because we lived in such an old house, Rick explained that he had master keys for emergencies. In case of a fire or a burst pipe, he'd say. I appreciated the safety. I was 21 and naive. I didn't realize that in an old house, the pipes are the only things that don't lie. It started in December. I'd come home from my late-night shift at the diner, and the air in my bedroom would be warm, too warm, like someone had been running a space heater, but I didn't own one. Then I began to find the gifts. A single wildflower on my pillow, a piece of hard candy on my nightstand, small tokens that felt like a violation. I confronted Rick. He just laughed, a dry, hacking sound. Must be the ghosts, kid, he said. Old houses have memories, but ghosts don't leave footprints in the dust under a bed. I bought a camera, a tiny pinhole lens disguised as a USB charger. I set it up facing my bed. That night, I stayed at a friend's house, telling Rick I was going to be gone for a long weekend. I watched the live feed on my phone at 3 a.m. I watched as my bedroom door, the door that I had deadbolted, slowly creaked open. Rick didn't just walk in, he slithered. He moved with a familiarity that chilled me to the bone. He sat on the edge of my bed and reached into his pocket. He pulled out a pair of my scissors. For 30 minutes he sat there, meticulously cutting a lock of hair from my hairbrush, whispering to the empty pillow, "You're so much quieter when you're not here." I called the police from the safety of the police station parking lot. I refused to go back. When the detectives raided his unit, they found the archive. Rick hadn't just been coming into my room. He had installed a series of mirrors in the air vents. From his living room chair, he could see into my bathroom, my bedroom, and my kitchen. He had been living my life with me for months. The worst part? The police found a diary. The last entry was dated the night I left. It read, "She knows. Time to move to the attic." When they checked the attic, it was empty, except for a single fresh wildflower sitting on the floorboards directly above my old bed. I don't live in houses anymore. I live in high-rise apartments with steel doors and digital locks. But every time my phone notifies me of a motion detected, I stop breathing. Because I know a key can be copied, but a shadow can follow you anywhere.